Hi everyone. Um, yo, we need to talk about something wild that's happening in your world right now. And I'm not even kidding when I say this energy is insane. You're currently upsetting people, like actually making people uncomfortable with your existence. And before you think that's a bad thing, before you start apologizing or shrinking or trying to fix it, you need to understand what's really going on here. Welcome back. It's Anna. And what I'm picking up on is this: you won. You actually won. Not in some abstract way, in a real, tangible, visible way. And your prize, it's showing. People can see it on you. And the haters, they're absolutely mad about it. Let me break this down because this is actually wild. You may have noticed people acting weird around you lately. Strangers, acquaintances, even people you thought were friends. There's this energy shift when you walk into spaces, this tension that wasn't there before. Some people are experiencing this as hostility they can't explain. They're getting side eyes, cold shoulders, passive aggressive comments wrapped in fake concern, and they're internalizing it, thinking maybe they did something wrong, but nah, you didn't do anything wrong. You did something right. And that's the problem. It might feel like you're suddenly too much for people, too loud, too visible, too successful, too happy, too confident, too whatever. And you're getting feedback, direct or indirect, that you should tone it down. Let me stop you right there because we need to get clear on something. This reflection invites you to consider: what if the discomfort people feel around you has nothing to do with you being wrong and everything to do with you being right? You may be winning in ways that are making other people confront their own stagnation. Your growth is highlighting their lack of growth. Your success is making their excuses look like excuses. Your transformation is revealing that change is possible and they're choosing not to change. And that makes them uncomfortable. Not with you, with themselves. But it's easier to project that discomfort onto you than to deal with their own stuff. It's possible you're currently experiencing success that you worked hard for, that you earned through consistency and effort and refusing to give up. And now that it's visible, now that people can see the results, they want to minimize it. In some situations, people will watch you struggle for years without offering help. But the second you succeed, suddenly they have opinions about how you got there. Suddenly they remember all the advantages you had that they didn't hold up. Let me get specific about what winning looks like in your current reality. There's something in your life right now that's working. Maybe it's your career trajectory. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's your mental health. Maybe it's your physical transformation. Maybe it's your creative output. Maybe it's your financial situation. Whatever it is, it's showing. You're walking different, talking different, carrying yourself different. You've got this energy on you that wasn't there before. This confidence, this knowing, this I'm good vibe that people can feel. And some people love it. They're genuinely happy for you. They celebrate your wins like their own. But others, they're tight about it. They're in their feelings. They're making comments. They're finding reasons why your success doesn't count or isn't that impressive or won't last. Some people are currently talking about you when you're not there, not in supportive ways, in undermining ways, in diminishing ways, finding flaws, predicting failure, creating narratives that make them feel better about their own position. You may have gotten wind of this, maybe through mutual friends, maybe through the energy people carry when they interact with you, maybe through your own intuition, picking up on hostility that's being directed at you. This reflection invites you to consider Who in your current life can't genuinely celebrate your success? It might be people you expected to be happy for you, people you thought were on your team, people you've celebrated in the past. And their reaction to your win is revealing truths about them that are hard to accept, but better to know now than to keep investing in relationships that aren't reciprocal. Let me talk about what your prize actually is. It's not just the external success. That's part of it. Yeah. But the real prize is internal. It's the version of yourself you've become through the process of winning. It's the confidence you've earned. It's the self-respect you've built. It's the knowing that you can set a goal and achieve it. It's possible you're currently experiencing a level of self-assurance you've never had before. You're not questioning yourself as much. You're not second-guessing your choices. You're not seeking external validation like you used to. And that self-assurance, that's the prize. That's what's making you glow. That's what people are picking up on that either attracts them or repels them. Some people are drawn to confidence. It inspires them. It makes them want to level up. It shows them what's possible. But others are threatened by it. It makes them feel inadequate. It reminds them of their own unrealized potential. It forces them to confront the gap between where they are and where they could be. You may notice people are treating you like you think you're better than them, even though you haven't said anything like that, even though you're the same person you've always been, just winning now. But your existence at a higher level feels like judgment to people who are still at lower levels. Not because you're judging them, but because they're judging themselves and projecting that onto you. This reflection invites you to consider, what if other people's discomfort with your success is their problem to solve, not yours? It might feel like you need to manage their feelings, downplay your wins, act like you're struggling more than you are, make yourself smaller so they feel bigger. But that's not your job. Your job is to live your life. Their job is to manage their feelings about it. There's something happening in group dynamics that you need to pay attention to. It's possible you're currently being excluded from things you used to be included in, not overtly, just people stopped inviting you, stopped texting you in group chats, stopped including you in plans. And if you ask, they'll have excuses. They thought you were too busy. They figured you wouldn't be interested. They assumed you'd moved on to bigger things. But the real reason, you're making them uncomfortable. Your presence is a reminder of what they're not doing. Your energy doesn't match theirs anymore. You've outgrown the container and they're not ready to expand. Some people experience this as rejection, and it hurts. These were your people, your crew, your community, and now you're on the outside. But what if being on the outside of the wrong group is better than being on the inside? You may be in a transition phase right now where you've outgrown old circles but haven't fully found new ones yet. It's lonely, it's weird, you don't quite fit anywhere, but that's temporary. You're in between, and in between is uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. This reflection invites you to consider, what if the people who can't handle your success weren't actually your people to begin with? It might change how you see past relationships, reveal that some connections were more conditional than you realized, that some friendships were based on you staying at a certain level. And now that you've exceeded that level, they don't know how to relate to you anymore. Well, let me talk about haters for a second. The fact that you have haters right now, that's actually a good sign. It means you're doing something worth noticing. It means you're taking up space. It means you're visible enough to have an opinion about. It's possible people who never cared about you before suddenly have a lot to say about you now, about your choices, your lifestyle, your relationships, your success, your everything. And none of it is actually about you. It's all projection. It's all their stuff. It's all them working through their own feelings of inadequacy or jealousy or resentment. Some people can't celebrate others because they're too busy mourning their own unrealized potential. They can't be happy for your win because they're too sad about their own losses. And that's real, that's human, but it's not your responsibility to manage. You may be tempted to defend yourself, to explain, to prove that you deserve what you have, to make them understand that you worked for this, but you don't owe anyone an explanation for your success. You don't need to justify your wins. You don't need to make your achievement palatable for people who can't digest it. This reflection invites you to consider what would change if you stopped caring what haters think. It might free up so much energy you're currently spending on managing other people's opinions, energy you could redirect toward your own continued growth and success. Because here's the thing, haters gonna hate regardless. You could be the most humble, most gracious, most deserving winner, and they'd still find something to criticize. So you might as well just win unapologetically. There's something I keep sensing about your current position that's important. It's possible you're at a level now where you're becoming a target simply by existing at that level. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because success makes you visible and visibility makes you vulnerable to criticism. Some people experience this as a rude awakening. They thought if they just worked hard and did well, everyone would be happy for them. They didn't realize that success comes with a side of haters. But that's part of the deal. The higher you go, the more exposed you are. The more people have opinions, the more you have to develop thick skin. You may be developing that thick skin right now, learning to let criticism roll off, learning to discern between feedback that's useful and hate that's just noise, learning to protect your peace while staying open to growth. That's a skill, and you're building it in real time. This reflection invites you to consider, what if dealing with haters is actually making you stronger? It might be teaching you discernment, teaching you who to trust and who to keep at a distance, teaching you that not all feedback deserves your attention, teaching you that your worth isn't determined by public opinion. All of that is valuable. All of that serves you long term. Let me talk about what you actually need to do with this information. It's not about becoming bitter or defensive or closed off. It's about being aware, being strategic, being protective of your energy. It's possible you need to limit your sharing with certain people. Stop updating everyone on your wins. Stop seeking validation from people who've proven they can't genuinely celebrate you. Keep your cards closer. Share your joy with people who can actually hold it. Protect your success from people who want to diminish it. Some people think that's being fake or secretive, but it's actually being wise. It's recognizing that not everyone deserves access to your full story. You may need to create tiers in your relationships: public information, close circle information, inner circle information, and recognize that most people only deserve access to the public tier. This reflection invites you to consider who in your life has earned access to your full truth. You remain in complete control here. You can shrink to make others comfortable. You can downplay your success to avoid triggering people's insecurity. You can apologize for winning, or you can own it. You can celebrate yourself even when others won't. You can take up space even when it makes people uncomfortable. The choice is yours. It always has been. You may notice just reading this is shifting something. Maybe permission to stop apologizing. Maybe clarity about who's really in your corner. Maybe fire to keep going despite the hate. Whatever you're feeling, use it. Channel it. Let it fuel you. Take what resonates, discard what doesn't, trust what you know. Before we close, real talk. Who in your life is currently unable to celebrate your success? Who's giving you weird energy now that you're winning? Drop it in the comments if you need to name it. And this, what would shift if you fully owned your success without apology? What becomes possible when you stop shrinking for people who can't handle your light? You are upsetting people? Good. That means you're doing something right. You won, and this is your prize. Claim it. Own it. Enjoy it. Haters are mad? Let them be mad. Their feelings are not your responsibility. Not eventually, right now, today. Trust yourself with this. Trust that you earned what you have. Trust that you deserve to enjoy it without guilt. Trust that the right people will celebrate with you and the wrong people will reveal themselves through their inability to. You don't need everyone's approval. You just need your own. I'll see you in the next one. And yo, keep winning. Keep growing. Keep making haters uncomfortable with your success. That's how you know you're on the right path. Stay winning.